Coffee's good tonight.
It is.
Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? It's me, John, and Mama, here with Coffee Time with John and Mama. If you're not watching us, head on over to Facebook. Check our page out. Like us, follow us, and share us. We appreciate it. Tonight it's so simple, but it's so good. It's almost like Thanksgiving dinner. But I'm telling you, you won't need a recipe.
I don't think it's almost like Thanksgiving.
Now, Mama, there's been times I'd have traded this in for Thanksgiving dinner.
Or
No lie.
opposite.
Huh?
Opposite. You said you'd trade that in for Thanksgiving.
I traded Thanksgiving dinner for this.
Yeah.
Tonight, we're having tomato sandwich, folks.
Simple.
Just a simple tomato sandwich. It's been a long week. It's been a long few weeks. But it's been a really long week. Mama's been busy today. Mama, tell them what you've been doing while I slice this tomato. Or carve this turkey.
Carne is dirty. Oh, I dug some potatoes.
Ooh, working.
Yeah.
Tell them, Mama, it was so they don't leave me hate mail. Leaving you here all alone to dig potatoes today was a shopping bag, right?
Yeah.
She dug a plastic shopping bag full.
Fun for all this.
And what they call it is, she didn't have to use the big plow. They call it graveling.
I took a hoe and just raked them out.
You ever graveled potatoes, new potatoes? You take a hoe, you take a potato fork, and you just gravel them out.
I didn't
She got a whole
have but
shopping.
a few heels planted, but
You got a whole shopping bag, though.
yeah, it's plumb full. It's heavy, so they did better than I thought they would do. So
That's all she planned for. Is just to have. Ooh, I poked my finger.
uh-oh.
Don't cut yourselves with a knife, folks. Even.
We've ate off
Especially on
of
a
the
Friday
red
evening.
ones for quite a bit this summer. So.
Let's see if I'm gonna have blood. Yep, I could check my sugar with that.
You want me to go get my tester
No,
and check it?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should though, because it done got the
You
poke.
always the prick.
Okay, we won't need that knife no more. That's good, because I was through with it anyway. It won't bleed much. Over a gallon.
No.
Oh, look at these tomatoes. Now, these are some of Mama's tomatoes she's brought in here today.
Little fellas.
Little fellas, look at it. And this one's split. See how they're doing?
Well, I split that and carrying it up here.
But I mean, they're splitting like that in the garden.
Oh, yeah.
What's the deal? What's the deal? Some people around here have had pretty good luck with tomatoes. Some people said they've had the same problem
I
we have.
think ours is, the soil needs something.
Needs some enrichments.
Needs some.
I don't know if it's that or if it was just the way the weather hit or the way, probably where how many breads you get, Mama?
One slice.
It may have been the way where our property lies. It's westward facing. That could have something to do with it.
Hot evening sun. Picks it up.
Yeah.
Get your little bloody knife back.
No. Well, it was just it just poked me with the poking in there. And I don't think it got any blood on him.
No, it never bled.
I believe he was just a part of the... Well, I don't know what I'm going to do here, Mama. I guess I'll just cut your little... See, I didn't even get nowhere near the poking part. Mama? Is that going to be enough for you?
Yeah.
One slice of tomato?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want me to cut another one?
No, a slice of tomato and a slice of bread.
There you go. You want JFG?
Yeah.
All right. Somebody said on here the other night on one of the comments that they had tried Duke's and had them a tomato sandwich. We had big plans for tonight. We were going to do one or two things. I'll go ahead and tell you what you missed out on, because I missed out on it too. We were going to do spaghetti and chicken, which you know we love that. Or, I've been thinking, a friend of mine asked me the other day about cabbage rolls, and I'm wanting to try a cabbage roll casserole, because to me that would just check all the boxes. Quick, simple, easy, all the flavor, all the taste, very few ingredients. You just chop your cabbage up, put it in there, cook your meat, and put it in there, put some tomato sauce over it, put your ingredient, it'd be delicious. I think I made one time. I know I made a Reuben casserole. Can y'all remember me making a cabbage roll casserole? Mom and I talked about it the other night. I said, did I make that? She said, I think you made the Reuben, but I don't remember a cabbage roll.
I can't remember.
We've been doing this for over 2 years, so we forget. And
Lucille asked me when we used to have our homemakers meeting this while ago, and was it the first Monday or the second Monday? And I said, Lucille, I have no idea what it was, and I went for years.
It's all right, Mom. You don't have to remember everything.
And we're going to start back
Going to start back.
Monday. I'm going to pick her up Monday and take her.
Well, that'll be good. Mama's back in the social world. Hopefully COVID will hold off. Our church, we've decided to have all services again. We had abbreviated our services, so hopefully COVID will hold off. It's still out there, folks. It's still real. Protect yourself. I went by the grocery today. I did wear a mask, and I did put something on the buggy for my hands. Put a handy wipe. Mama, let's bless it. It's meager, but it's still blessable.
Oh, it sure is.
That's right.
Everything's blessable.
We're thankful for it. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this meal. We thank you, dear Lord, for your blessings on us. And we thank you that you watch over us and keep us and guide and direct us, dear Lord. Be with all of our friends. Be with each and every prayer request out there. Be with the healing and be with the needs of all of them, dear Lord. And we just pray that you always watch over them. Put a hedge of protection around us all. In your blessed name we pray. Amen. All right, Mama, I'm having coffee. You're having zero, and we're having.
There's 2 or 3 sips left in that.
We're having this deliciousness. I want to share this with you.
Oh.
Look at that beauty. Now that's just pretty, folks. Now come a month or two from now,
There's
September, October.
Lonnie and ham in there. And
Oh, I just want tomato.
yes.
Come November or December-ish, I'll be wishing I had this right here. And we'll have Thanksgiving dinner. And I'll be so thankful and grateful. But then my heart will still kind of drift over to a tomato sandwich with some JFG salad dressing. As soon as they're gone, as soon as tomatoes are gone for the year, I start thinking, won't be long, we'll have them again. Really, it's my favorite thing of summer. My most favorite thing is a good tomato.
I heard today about school is starting back, kids going to school, and this woman said, yeah, in 2 minutes the holiday starts coming.
Well, in 2 weeks we got, 2 weeks we'll have the burrs. I love the burrs.
Labor
September.
Day will be the 4th or 3rd of September, whatever
The
day.
4th. So we'll have the burrs, September, October, November, and December. The burrs are always really busy, full months for any occasion. You get a little break at the beginning of September, but bam, here we are. We're headed straight for the holidays. And love the holidays, love everything about them. I love the food in the fall. I love the festivals in the fall. I love the colors in the fall. I love fall. I love the fire pits and the sweaters and I don't wear a sweater. Mama wears a sweater. But I love all that.
You can't judge.
Do it for Mama. Sweater weather all the time for her.
You think I'm crazy, but I'm wanting to wear them hoodies.
You can wear them. You can wear them. Those are hoodies. We kind of thought they was, a long house coat, but they're a long hoodie to wear out in public and everywhere. The lady who sent them sent me a note.
Laughing at me right
Well,
now.
the lady who sent them said they were really big up north and people was wearing them and they're just really popular. So it won't take long, they'll drift this way. But I love the hay rides and the festivities and the hot chocolate. I love the movies. I love all things fall and winter. Now, I know some of y'all don't, and don't send you hate mail because it's just a matter of opinion. I've tolerated summer with y'all. I've tolerated
You
it.
deserve the same respect for that.
That's right. I found something good about summer, Mama. Eat.
Oh,
I found something good about summer. Tomatoes. I like summer too. I love watermelon and I love all the fresh vegetables. I love peach season, blackberry season.
we've had some awful good muskmelons or cantaloupes or whatever you want to say.
Muskmelons, and we even got hold of some good peaches this year.
Oh, they were delicious.
They were spot on right.
My sister said she got some over at Knoxville, and she said they was hard and didn't even smell like a peach. And I said, oh, thank goodness we bought a box, and they were delicious.
We buy, it depends on how many runs they make.
This year
Sometimes they
made
make
one.
1, 2, and they have made 3, I believe. But we always buy a box every run. They make to North Carolina to get peaches, or South Carolina. Wherever. South Carolina? Carolinas. They go somewhere. And they get wonderful peaches. It reminds me of when we used to go in the summer to Myrtle Beach. And they always had wonderful, wonderful produce, vegetables.
yeah.
And there was one lady that came around in a pickup truck, and that must have been her thing, go from motel to motel, hotel to hotel, and sell it, because every year she came by the place we stayed, and we got to know her through the years.
Yeah.
And she knew us. She said, "Oh, I'm glad y'all are back," So we would, always see her, and it was always good. She always had little baskets or bags or individual. Mama, you're not eating.
Oh, I'm just resting a minute. I was just listening.
You're just resting.
Yeah.
Welcome to Friday Night Coffee Break. Friday Night Coffee Break is because I can drink coffee till 10 o'clock if I want to. Because if I don't get up early in the morning, it's no problem. Which I always wake up at the same time I get up. I always set an alarm on my phone, just in case alarm, but it never goes off. Now, the other morning, about a week ago, it went off. It kind of scared me. I had heard that alarm go off. And I woke up and, I'm glad I said it. I don't know how long I would have slept if I hadn't. Usually I wake up about 3 or 4 minutes before the alarm goes off. Do y'all do that? When the time changes,
Mom,
I don't care. When the time changes, it messes me up. I'm up an hour earlier or an hour later than I normally am, because my body's got its own little clock, and it messes me up for a few days. I think we only changed one more time. Is that right? Is that what they voted on, or they're still waiting?
I think they voted on it this spring.
So this is daylight savings time.
Are we in it yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it'll end, and then
This fall.
we're on standard.
Standard, and we'll stay on standard, if I'm not mistaken.
So that'll be it, we think. Is that right? Somebody tell me.
Growing up, we was on just one time, no matter what.
We was on one time.
Yeah.
I like one time.
And you just worked your schedule around it, eh?
Had a good tomato this year. You had a good tomato? Teresa, did you have good tomatoes? Is that what you're saying? Or had a real good tomato year? Hi, guys. Hey, Danielle. How are you? Hey, Andrea. What kind of mayo do you use? This is not mayo. This is JFG salad dressing. It's from Knoxville, Tennessee, and it started in 1919. So about 102 years ago, 103 soon.
That's when your granny was.
And it's delicious. And anything we have with tomato, whether it's a hamburger or a cheese sandwich or whatever, it gets JFG. I
was raised on, and I've raised you on it.
We like Duke's mayonnaise. We like, we'll eat Kraft mayonnaise. We'll even eat some store brands, not all of them though. Some of them are too vinegary, not good. But if it's a store brand, we've done. But when it comes to tomato, if there's a tomato involved, it's going to get some JFG.
I remember growing up, I just eat the JFG salad dressing on a piece of bread. When we didn't have other stuff, I just eat it.
It's good. No, it does not taste like Miracle Whip, because we're not Miracle Whip people.
Never did.
Mama
it was
never
more
did.
expensive, and I never did get it.
We just don't use it in anything. I have bought it. Some people swear by it for pimento cheese. They swear by it for this or that. Some people like it with tomato sandwiches. We have never done Miracle Whip. I have bought it before and had it here. But as far as really being one of our go-to, Mama's never done the Miracle Whip. Never.
I guess.
Spring forward, fall back. Michael, I think this is it. I think we fall back into standard.
I think it's going to be.
And I think that's it. I think the powers that be voted us to give up daylight savings. Daylight savings was implemented for saving of electricity, so you wouldn't have to, burn electricity as much. And they find its effect is zero now. The same amount of electricity is used year round. I tried Duke's for the first time because of you and love it. Hard to get in Minnesota. Is it? Shannon, JFG salad dressing is hard to get for us. There's Food City has it. And Amazon. That's where I buy mine.
Walmart used to handle it years ago.
They have mayonnaise, but they do not have salad dressing. A lot of them have JFG mayonnaise around here, but they don't have the salad dressing.
It must be a slow seller.
I made the chicken and spinach dip,
Oh,
and it is a keeper. I love this chicken and spinach. Cream of chicken and spinach, Kimberly. Love that. It's one of my favorite go-tos. I've got another one I'm going to do. It's with cream of chicken, and it's got noodles with it. It's very good. I'm going to try it. I like Duke's mayo. Stacy, Becky, we do too. It's close to kind of JFG in a way. I don't know. It's just a good mayonnaise. It's a southern thing, I guess. But now we have used JFG mayonnaise. And JFG mayonnaise, it's a classic and it's good. And we will use JFG mayonnaise if we have to. But if you just lay them all out and say, pick which one you want, I'd pick Duke's. But we will use some of the others. And it depends on what we're making too. People get brand, sometimes we get into brands, but really and truly, I have read, like some off brands are made by the company, it's just an overstock. And you think, well, there you go. Because some off brands do taste awful good, or you think that tastes kind of like, could be because it really is that, just in a different label. Now these jars are plastic now.
they used to be glass. But
We still wash up some of these with hot soapy water, and we'll keep them. And what we do with these, because they have this good lid on them, so does Duke's, so any of those things, but these have
lid will hit a regular quart or pint.
this will fit any kind of mason jar, but regular mouth jars. But we store chicken broth in them, and put it in the freezer. Just leave a little headspace at the top, throw it in the freezer, and then when you open it up and pour it in your kettle, you throw it away. You don't have to fool with it. So that's mainly what we do with them now. But years ago, we washed up the glass jars, and we still have tons of them in our basement. And Mama always canned tomatoes in them.
I still do.
Still does. So they're a perfect jar for that. Y'all reuse jars. You really can't do much with other jars, pickle jars, things like that. Now, what Mama does do is, if it ain't too hard to wash, a pickle jar is not hard to wash out because it's not got oil, it's just got vinegar in it. She'll wash out pickle jars, put them under the sink. Then say we peel a stinky onion or a rotten tomato or garlic or something like that. She opens them up, puts all that in there, closes it up, and then puts it in the garbage. That way you don't have your garbage don't smell bad.
It helps.
It helps. If you have a rotten potato, you got to do that
That's
something.
no worse than a rotten
Nothing.
Ooh, don't mention rotten potatoes. I was worried about these.
But if you do have that, you can put it in a jar or something like that. You don't have to keep a bunch of them. Just keep one or two in there for emergencies. And it works out really good.
Mm-hmm. It really does. I took a bite or two.
You did. Mm-hmm. I think another hack we do, orange juice or pineapple cans are galvanized because they have that acid. We'll cut the top of it off, wash it good, and we'll put it under the sink or in your bathroom. And you can use those for, like you have your vegetable brush that you brush nasty vegetables. You have your corn brush that you brush corn, something you're going to eat. And you may even have an extra dish brush or something. You can use those galvanized cans. They don't rust. And you can put your wet brushes and stuff in them. Just fold you up a napkin or something, put in the bottom of it to catch that little bit of water. So you have your brush, you just shake it off and you can drop it in that can. And the galvanized won't rust. So that's another little handy dandy tip. I also used to take one of the orange juice cans. This is way too much information, probably. I used to take a galvanized can, and I would buy a brand new toilet brush at the Dollar Tree or wherever you can find one. And when we had several dogs outside, I would poke a hole in that orange juice can and attach it with a wire to their cage, put my toilet brush in there, poke a hole in the bottom or two, and it wouldn't rust, but I would keep my toilet brush right there And then every day when I would give them fresh water, I'd scrub out their water dishes and their food bowls really well with that brush. And then it was right there handy, and they couldn't get it and chew it up. And it was there and it didn't rust. So that's another little thing
You
use.
said caged as in lots.
Did I say cage? Well, we didn't keep them in cages. We kept them in chain link lots. But it was a kind of cage.
Monkey cages. No.
Dad always liked to keep several dogs, and you can't just let them run loose all the time. But they got plenty of exercise and plenty of running on the farm. But they had, you'd have to take turns with them. You'd have to let them out in the evening. Feeding time here used to be quite the ordeal. Feeding time was an hour and a half process when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, we had, I don't know if y'all know what a creeper is. You would have to have, like you had young calves, you'd have to have something that they could go under and the big cows couldn't get to because that would keep them running off. And we always kept a little corral with a creeper bar over it, and the calves could go under there, so you'd have to feed them separately. You have to feed the other cows and stuff, and horses and whatever we had here on the farm at the time, chickens, rabbits.
We always had a mule.
Mules, and dogs. We always had dogs and livestock. And when it was feeding time, that was an ordeal, wasn't it, Mama?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't quick. I'd usually start it, and then Dad would come home and help me finish, and then we would be through for the evening.
I was thinking, it's either yesterday or day before yesterday. You remember the cow you had that wouldn't feed her calf?
Oh, yes.
And you would say you'd had to fix the calf milk in the bucket and hold the bucket for her. And that little old calf would follow you all over the yard, and I could hear you say, "Quit following me. I told you I am not your mommy." I told you I'm not your mommy.
I had a cat. Dad would give me a calf every year, and that was kind of like a combo birthday Christmas gift. Mom would buy me other things and put his name on it, but every year Dad would give me a calf. I could pick out one. And we would raise it, and then in the fall, we would take it to market. That's just the part of the process, And then whatever money came from it, then I got that money. And I decided one year I wasn't going to sell my cow. And I said, "Dad, I'm going to keep her and raise a calf. And if you give me a calf and I raise a calf," I was doing a little math. And he said, "Okay, that sounds like a good plan." Oh, mercy. I sold 2 cows the next year. 3. I sold 3 the next year. And she did real well. She grew. She did fine. She had a calf and would not accept that calf. And boy, you talk about learning farm life quickly. That calf had to be fed, bottle fed. So I started out with a bottle, and a cow bottle is a big old bottle. And we had to go to the co-op, buy milk, powdered milk, had to be mixed.
And it was your calf. It was your responsibility to.
And I did it. And every morning before school, you would go out and feed the cow. The calf. I feed it. Did y'all feed it in the day? Or to Granny?
No, I would.
I don't know.
No, I worked.
I guess it.
It's
Maybe Dad fed it. I don't know.
He worked too.
I don't know what happened to it during the day, but it grew. I guess I fed it in the morning, then I fed it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I guess that's how it worked.
And you fed it later on.
Then I'd feed it before we go to bed. So it got 3 meals a day. So I guess that's how it worked. And it was quite the responsibility. But as it got older, that bottle wasn't near enough. So I had to switch to a bucket. And the bucket had a nipple on the bottom of it that you could hold the bucket. Well, that lasted a little while. If y'all ever seen a cow butt and kick, and they get a little aggressive when they're trying to.
A calf, you keep
calf. Well, it was a calf, but it was big to me because I was probably in 4th grade then.
3rd or 4th.
3rd or 4th grade. So I fixed me a little contraption. It was an old, I don't know if y'all know, wooden milk crate. And it had a slide out of the bottom of it. And I thought that'd be perfect for my bucket. And I rigged me up a little contraption there that I could just put my bucket in there. And it worked out great. But Mom was right. He would, I can't remember if it was a bull or a calf. It seemed like it was a bull. But it would follow me around from the time
In the
in the yard looking for that milk. And it was always a mess. But we raised it, got it wings, it grew. So Dad still gave me a calf for my birthday that year. So when we got ready to go to market, Dad said, "How many we taking for you?" I said, 3. Us, her, and those 2. So that was a good year. But boy, I worked for it. I worked hard for that money. I wasn't in the cow business anymore. Later on I got cows, but they were better behaved than her. She was just worthless. She was pretty. She grew. She wasn't having no part of motherhood, was she, Mama?
No, she would not accept it.
No, not her. I don't know how did we go from tomato sandwiches to feeding cats?
I was talking about, I could hear you saying, "I'm not your mommy. I'm not your mommy."
Jerry, we still live in the country. We live on, my dad was the only child. And so we live where my mama and papa lived. And my papa lived where his mom and dad lived. So we live, this is probably the 5th generation here.
On this property.
And, yeah, it's always been a farm. We don't have any livestock now.
Too much trouble.
A lot of trouble, a lot of fencing. If you've ever known a farmer or known anybody who farmed, they'll tell you it's a lot of work. It's unpredictable. It may be in the middle of the night. It may be cold mornings. It may be, you got to be ready. And you may have a cow that has a calf that won't feed it. And then that's a whole different set of work.
That's when you have to scream at you and it's mom.
That was
I wish I'd have taped that when I was little. Had to tape there.
I'm just glad it was warm weather. Getting out there in the morning. If we'd had video cameras back then, then I'd have all kinds of embarrassing stuff on me because Mama would
You
take it.
couldn't play for that.
Did you make dinner tonight? Have I missed it? Connie, we made dinner and you have missed it. Right here it is. Tomato sandwich. We had big plans. I started telling you that a while ago. And I got home later and then Mama said, "We need some stuff from the store, like some sugar." And I said, "Oh, well, if we're out of sugar, we must get to the store." And we didn't have bread. We had a little bit of bread. But I went and bought 3 4-pound bags of sugar. Now that...
I gotta finish my apple butter.
There used to be 5 pounds of sugar. And they've taken a whole pound away from us.
And to raise the price.
And raised the price. So we gotta finish apple butter tomorrow. Mama didn't do apple butter today. She overdid it. We didn't do it for yesterday.
Yesterday and today working outside was too
You can't
hard.
tell her.
I wouldn't do apple butter and do that too.
She didn't want to do apple butter today. She said she's going to gravel her potatoes out, which...
It's supposed to rain and I wanted to get them out before it rained on them again.
When's it raining?
I thought it's supposed to rain today, but they changed their mind. Or
It was all a big conspiracy theory, Mama, to get you to gravel potatoes. Is all the potatoes out now?
Yeah, I don't have no more left down there.
Or you want to show your potatoes?
No, they're too heavy to lift.
I'll get them.
No, that's all right.
It's just a plastic t-shirt bag. But it was good. It's funny, though, because years ago,
Oh,
we raised bushels and bushels of potatoes. We had all we could eat, all the family could eat, and we sold potatoes by the bushel. And people would come and buy bushels and half bushels and pecks of potatoes. A peck basket is just a fourth of a bushel.
I think it is a peck.
A peck, a half bushel, and a bushel. We sold corn. We sold... Did you ever sell beans?
No, I usually always canned all the beans.
I couldn't remember you ever selling beans. And then people didn't want our beans much back then because they were peanut beans.
Everybody around here wanted
White hat frienders. White hat frienders are easier
I'd
to do.
raise a few white hat frienders, but I canned them for your daddy.
Yeah, I remember you and Granny canning them. Mama and Granny used to make kraut. And they made something called freezer slough. Some of y'all sent me a recipe for it. That was sort of like kraut. We had green beans always, blackberries every year, blackberry jelly.
I went and picked them, usually with my brother and his wife.
Dewberries or blue.
Dewberries with my brother-in-law.
Dewberries. I always make jelly out of dewberries. And plums. I always had plum jelly. Mama always made plum jelly.
There was plums all along the fence row over here.
And something happened one year and they blighted, didn't they?
They died out. I don't have them.
We used to have an orchard in the lower field down here, and we had apple. And Mama would make apple jelly. And what she would do was she would peel all the apples just like she is now, and put those up in bags, and then she would boil and cook the peels.
Yeah,
and make jelly from the apple peelings. Mama, you making apple jelly with these peelings?
No, these have got spots on them, and they're not good quality. You've got to really watch the peelings real close, and these is...
You ever made apple jelly from apple peelings? You don't use the peeling, you just cook the peeling. Maggie's over here drinking. Maggie's drinking and eating. Some of y'all was asking about her last night. She's eating fine. There's nothing wrong with her. That's just her cycle. She eats and like a little starving pup. And then she'll go a day or two and just mince around. And then she always drinks a lot. She gets a fresh bowl of water every morning. And usually I give her water at this time a little bit out of the refrigerator or a bottle or filter out of the sink, one or the other.
Drop ice cubes in it.
Drop some ice cubes when it's hot.
She wandered last night again, and she slept the biggest part of the day today, except what time she...
Did she wander last night?
Yeah, she was up and down last night going.
She went out last night to observe her kingdom, and she sat down for about 5 seconds and looked around and said, let's go in. So I said, okay, let's go.
She's wanting a treat is what she was wanting.
She usually goes out, does her business, looks around the place, checks around the side of the house. It's kind of funny. She'll go down to the corner and look like, everything okay around here? Then she'll come over and she'll get her seat. And she'll sit there or she'll lay there. Last night I thought, well, we're in for a little evening. So I was going to go sit on the porch and drink coffee while she sat there. Well, I didn't even get turned around. She jumped up and said, what are you doing? Come on. No, sit down. We're going in.
Then she sits on the rug till she gets her...
And she sits in front of the fireplace, gets her treat. She eats it, and then she smells around, wondering, did you accidentally drop one treat I didn't get? Then she goes to bed. That's her nightly routine. When I say she says, come on, I'm telling you, I almost hear the words coming out of her mouth because she has these looks. And she'll even have these little nods of her head, like, come on, hurry, get up. If I'm sitting on the porch and she wants to come in before I do, she don't leave me no slack, does she, Mama?
She left me down in the garden and come up here and barked and wanted me to come let her in. I wouldn't do it. I hollered at her.
You would too, Mama, because you do all the time.
I didn't come from the garden.
You didn't do it today. That don't mean you won't do it.
No, but I hollered at her and made her come back down off with me.
Queen Maggie, she is such the queen. We love that little fur baby.
If I go out, she thinks she has to go. I tell her before we go out.
Did you do something to her today?
Mm-mm.
Did you get on to her?
No, just hollered and made her come back down to the garden with me, but I didn't get on.
When I came in this evening, Mom was out in the garage picking beans off the vines.
Because I didn't let her out there with me this evening. That's what it was.
And when I came in, I got the yodel.
She wanted out there with me, and I didn't want her because I was on the telephone.
If Mama's been mean to her, I get a yodel and bark when I come home. If she's not, I just get a couple of barks like, I'm glad you're home, and then she's fine. But when she starts doing this little pitiful whiny yodel, it's like, oh, then I know Mama's done something to make her mad.
I wouldn't let her out there with me is what was wrong with her.
You hadn't made her mad?
Not that made her mad because she
Yeah, that
didn't
made her
get to
mad.
go with me.
I know when Mama's made her mad. Folks, we're going to say goodnight. Thank y'all for joining us. It's a pleasure to be with y'all. Sorry we didn't cook. We had big plans, and the night got away, and it got up to 7:30, and I said, Mama.
It was something to eat before you actually got in here to get started on anything.
I know. And I said, Mama, we ain't doing spaghetti and chicken tonight.
Too late.
And if we do cabbage roll, casserole, it's about the same.
Couldn't eat it after.
I said, is there something else you want? She said, yeah, a tomato sandwich. I said, that sounds delicious. Sounds like Thanksgiving dinner to me. And so that's what we stuck with, and it's awful good, ain't it, Mama?
Yeah, it tastes good.
It won't be too heavy. We'll be good and hungry for a good breakfast in the morning. And breakfast is going to include apple butter. I might, Mama, I ain't making no promises, Lord willing, if I get up. I might, if I get up early and feel like, I might make some homemade biscuits.
That sounds good. Tempting.
We've had wampum biscuits with apple butter this week since she's made it. But we've not had homemade biscuits.
Which
yet.
apple butter you gonna eat? The
I'm gonna
brown or the
My favorite is the
hot?
cinnamon, red cinnamon. I like the brown though. I love the brown. I'll eat a bite of both of it. I don't want to hurt either one of their feelings. What's a wampum biscuit? A wampum biscuit is one of them canned biscuits. You have to wamp it on the counter to get it to open. Mama, I bought tonight.
4 cans.
No. Nope, Mama. Look again. I bought 2 cans of wampum butter biscuits.
And 2 cans of honey.
Of honey flake biscuits. Now we found this wonderful.
That's 4 cans I put up.
I know, but I don't call them others biscuits. They are, I guess.
They're rolls. Honey.
Rolls. We have found this wonderful honey. You got one in the thing right there.
Yeah,
It's just a store brand. It's Save-A-Lot. If you gotta save a lot, try these biscuits. Now they eat good for breakfast. They really do. But they're so good for lunch. Sunday lunch. This is a easy, they'll eat any night too. But this is an easy, flaky honey butter jumbo. And it's by the Grissons Save-A-Lot brand. But that flaky honey butter jumbo biscuit. But Mama and I both just as soon have them as any kind of rolls. Mm-hmm. They're even better than crescent rolls. Yeah, I said it. I ain't taking it back. I love crescent rolls. These are awesome. If your store you don't have a Save-A-Lot, look for something that says flaky honey butter jumbo biscuits. And I don't know that, what's the brand name? We don't have brand names. We have these. So, Pillsbury, yeah. They may have it, but these are awesome. And we eat them Sunday for lunch. We eat them for supper. They're just wonderful. That little bit of honey and that flaky butter. It's very good. So I bought 2 of them rolls and 2 biscuits. But I might break over and make homemade biscuits tomorrow, Mama. Or you could break over and make them. For me. Sometimes I have to break over here, Mama, with homemade
I don't break over easy.
With homemade apple butter. I love biscuits.
Let's just say I made the apple butter. Someone else can make the biscuits.
Let's see, who could that be? Oh,
Not
Lordy.
mention no names.
No names to be mentioned. We'll have a heavy day tomorrow. Mama will get up in the morning and she'll be wanting to go to that farmer's market and see what they've got. And what else, Mama? You got to make apple butter again tomorrow.
Yeah, finish up my apple.
Have you peeled all those apples?
No, I still got that big bowl.
Oh, the big bowl. I'll help you peel those. Let me get the bowl. I'm going to show y'all the bowl before we go, and then I promise I'll let you go. I know. Hold up. Oh.
I've got them all, the boxes emptied and got that down to that. I think I'm through no more than that is.
Uh-huh. Woo! Mama, that's a lot of apple.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, this is what's left
What's
of the apples. That's a bigger than a peck. How much would you say that is, Mama?
I don't know. I'm not good at measuring like that.
Some of y'all told us what these was called.
They're small,
They're
but
small.
they're good.
They're good. Very good.
Good apple butter.
Like, we call them rusty coats because they look like they got a little rust on them. That's not a bad apple. That's just the way it is. One of the fathers said, those are those good old southern apples everybody had a tree of in their yard. And I think that's true.
Yeah.
Back in the day. They turn red. If you eat them when they're green, they got a little bit of green taste to them. But when you eat them when they're this bright red, they are so good. They're just a little bitty thing. I'll help you peel these tomorrow morning. You've worked so hard. I might even do biscuits and peel these apples.
Wow. Double treat. Woo!
Gotta pay for my apple butter. I don't want to come up in January and you say,
Give you a deal for apple butter.
yeah, well, you didn't quite do enough to eat anymore.
You think
Apple
I'd
butter.
cut you off? I wouldn't do you that way.
It's a coin toss. Folks, find you some apple, make you some apple butter, or use some applesauce if you don't have apple butter. If you're just one person or a couple of people, buy you up some good applesauce, put your ingredients in it, and do that.
Cook it.
Somebody asked last night on the video or on the comments, could they take some old existing apple butter and put red cinnamons in them? I said it's a different recipe. It won't be the same.
You don't use the powdered cinnamon and the red hots because the cinnamon and I put allspice a little and it made them darker. But you just use plain apples. If you buy a bag of apples, just and don't eat them all, peel those and make you a little bit. You don't have to.
You don't have to make no huge amount.
Huge amount. Just fix that and put if you got some red hots and just sweeten it to suit yourself.
Cook it on the top of the stove and then put it in a crock pot or slow cooker for about 3 hours or 2 hours if it's just a small amount. Or just watch it really close, put it on your stove and cook it on there about 1.5 hours or 2 hours.
I cook mine on low because it, once it gets cooking, it'll stay hot. I put a lid on it.
Mama, how many apples do you think you had? About 4 or 5 times as many?
More than that, because I've peeled, I throwed away enough hulls or put it down there for the birds to eat on. I had a bucket full and 2 bags of peeling.
Look at that little tiny one.
But you get apple out of it.
You get apple out of it.
My
All
cousin said, you ain't going to go through those and pick them out. I said, I was raised on the farm. You take it as it comes. So take the lid.
I told y'all the other night we lay them on a cutting board, quarter them while they still got the hull on them. They're easier to peel, and you can see if you're peeling a rotten apple. That way you don't waste any time.
Don't peel it.
If it's rotted, you just throw that part away. But that way you can see it and you don't have to fool
Got
it.
the gnats off that bowl.
Ugh, them old fruit flies. I bought me some of these little strawberry things, supposed to be Taro's strawberry. I don't know if they worked or not. I ain't promoting them or nothing yet. I don't know. Y'all use these? Do they work? It says strawberry. It came with taro something, but it's just apple cider.
Smells like vinegar.
Anything else, Mama?
No, I think we've talked enough.
We may entertain y'all tomorrow with some apple butter making or farmer's market shopping,
or
biscuit making, or
you
something.
can feel me in bed asleep. No, you can't either. You try that.
I wouldn't try that, Mama. You're the type of gal that would shoot somebody.
I'd shoot you later if I woke up.
There it is, folks. This is what we'll try to do tomorrow, Lord willing. We feel good and all that good stuff. It's 8:20. Y'all, get you some good sleep tonight. Get you some rest. Enjoy the evening. Have a blessed night. Get up in the morning. Be glad to be on the wake-up list. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Summer is I think it's 36 days to fall.
And the way they're flying, it won't be long.
I know. Here we go, folks. And have a blessed day. Have a wonderful weekend. And we'll be chatting with you, Lord willing, tomorrow.
Yeah.
So y'all have a good one. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.